Welcome to our series called What's in the Shop. This is where we show you the units in our shop, what the problems are, and how we fix and maintain them. We hope this helps you better understand your unit and how to best maintain it. So let's go see what's in the shop. On this episode, I send you up on the roof of a 2018 Coachman Catalina. My husband Dustin will show you why this coach is experiencing severe water leaks. He'll make all of his recommendations, but most importantly, he tells you why. This episode will show you the importance of checking and maintaining your RV roof, even if it's a new one.
Coachman Catalina. Just want to show you that the roof sealants are pretty dirty, so the owner needs to start sealing them. I want to show you the mistakes that the factory made here where the putty tape bled out, where they didn't end up sealing underneath the corners of the plastic of the skylight, and they did that on all four corners, so those will be leaking. I want to show you that the TV antenna needs to be cleaned up. The roof needs to be pressure washed. The AC cover needs to be pressure washed off, some treatment applied to it to prevent it from getting all molded up on the plastic and for it deteriorating. Another common issue with these is the back caps. So when they seal these from the factory, you can see here where this line is. This line is where it separated and resealed itself. And then as you can see, they barely put any sealant across here. So in a matter of a short period of time, that's going to be leaking. They didn't seal this corner that's down here, and that's going to be leaking. The other issue is that these tracks over time, they shrink up and they'll pull themselves loose, or they will allow water to penetrate. And when they do, it'll run down the wall. It will also absorb into the OSB and damage the wood in this area and cause dry rot. Now we're going to look at the slide out. So if you've ever had issues with your slide out, this particular unit has already water leaks in it. That white tape that you see along the black edge over there, which let me see if I can get over here a little closer, which is right here. This stuff tends to curl up, and see how easily I can pick at it? Well, it ends up shrinking up like it did down there at the very end and causes it to make little small baby journals, which allow water to run into the roof, the wall, and most important, the slide out floor. Again, this slide out roof needs to be cleaned, treated with UV treatment. The slide out seals, as you can see, are dirty. The rain gutters need to be cleaned out. The AC underneath the AC needs to be cleaned, and probably the gasket probably tightened. The awning is full of debris on top, which is going to end up causing damage to the seams right there. So the awning needs to be pressure washed off, and UV treatment needs to be applied to that as well to prevent them from coming apart. We're going back up here to the front cap. So the customer's unit again had water damage to the mattress, to the cabinets, to the ceiling, and what we find is real common that they don't put a second screw in the molding to secure it. They don't put a screw in the insert molding to secure it from shrinking up. At one point, this was back here and pulled loose. On this molding, they did not put enough screws in it to secure it in place, and they were kind of sloppy on the sealants. However, when they did seal it, they didn't put any putty tape underneath the molding. They didn't put anything in between the rubber roof surface, which is TPO, and the aluminum sheeting. So as soon as this separates, it'll allow water to go right inside and cause a bunch of damage. Specialist, what I want to show you again was another side view. What I'm looking at here is this sealant, or this molding, that again only has one screw every 6 inches, has already started to lift up. It's caused a separation in here. You can see with the silicone that they applied at the factory that they didn't even knock down. That's a completely unexposed area. It's going to let water get into the coach. They bent the molding, hey, let's just snap it off instead of cutting it. there's no insert molding in this track right here that should have an insert molding to protect the screws and water from getting in there. It goes all the way down. Of course, the awning's really dirty, as we said earlier, and it needs to be cleaned out, and the seams need to be protected so that it doesn't rot the seams. Just wanted to show you that the molding looks good, right? Well, if you look close enough after I've cleaned it, you'll see the separation in the sealants. I don't know if you can see that gap or not there, but another little tattletale is this molding moves. So I can move it up and down. So again, that's just to show you that there's not enough screws put in or the screws broke off. Again, this insert molding, what happens is this stuff lets water and dirt get in there. So you can see some of the dirt underneath there. I don't know if you can see that close enough, but water and dirt gets behind those and then it just absorbs into the wood, damages it. And again, also you can see how thick they came across the molding. And as you watch, oh, yeah. So what I did was I ended up starting to throw a screw into the loose molding, and you can see where the insert molding here ended, and I thought the aluminum rail was there, so I ended up putting a screw into nothing. Then I went ahead and went forward and felt that the molding was loose, and I put another screw in. I decided to back it out. I also removed that one. But here's where the screw is, and there's where it should be in the center. And so this is where you can see where I penetrated through the top of it to screw it. And then again, talking about dirt getting in there and water getting in there past the moldings. So if you can see all that dust and dirt, and this stuff when it shrinks up, it allows the water to get past it. So that's just another example showing you. So I'm going to clean that, seal that, get that all video. What I was just wanting to show you was the difference in color between the clean TPO roof and the dirty TPO roof, and why it's so important to keep it clean and use the UV protection, even though they say you don't have to. It's just like trying to tell your wife, hey, you don't have to use conditioner in your hair, but they know they all want to. So it's just a good idea. These are materials that are supposed to last up to 10 years if you clean and maintain them. Some of the manufacturers say even 12 years, but still they tell you need to clean and maintain them. And putting a UV protectant on there is just the best thing to do for them, besides using the rubber roof cleaners and treatments. So when you work with Dicor, it's super sticky. So if I were to touch this right now with my bare finger, it would make like a cobweb, nasty stuff that the only way you can get it off is by using like a body solvent cleaner. However, if you put a little spit on your finger, you can kind of trowel it around like I'm doing and keep it where you want it. And I already just did that a minute ago so that it wouldn't roll off the side of the coach. And you know, you can kind of move it around where you need it. See how my finger's kind of pasting it? Again, it's still, this stuff takes a good 30 days to 100% dry. So that's why we always say we want you to come back within 90 days and let us look at it, because we want to make sure that it, you know, if we didn't clean up real good where we're applying it, did it bond to the surface like it's supposed to? Is it real loose? And just if the product itself failed or not. So we usually put it on real thick, you know, compared to like that side. The thicker the better, the longer it's going to last. Of course, it uses a little bit more product, more of a surface area to clean, but it's going to last a lot longer. So today we're still working on this 2018 Coachman Catalina. What I'm showing you now is that the TPO membrane that looks like it's lifted over here, that's a normal chemical reaction from the solvents and then from the Dicor, the new Dicor that's on here. Again, we're just doing a Band-Aid fix because the owner and the manufacturer don't want to have us, you know, completely tear it all apart. He's actually going to check with the manufacturer to see if we can get additional permission to come back on a different visit. However, I'm going to finish fixing my area right, regardless, and I'm going to clean and reseal this area with non-sag black Dicor. As you can see in this picture, the rubber roof or TPO roof has ended right here. There's a little bit of putty tape, and then that falls down to just becoming bare wood. There's a huge gap, which is going to end up running down the sidewall and causing damage. The molding itself is loose, and as you can see, if I rock it, you can see where it flexed from the putty tape. I've tried to tighten up the screw and it's loose, so I'm going to go ahead and add a secondary screw here, and more than likely another screw is here as well. Again, you can see where the factory just bent off the metal instead of cutting it, and as you can see, the putty tape just bled out. The owner at this time doesn't want to have us go ahead and do a body reseal. The lights, as you can see, the sealants on those have failed and pretty much just washed off. And then the other thing I'm going to do to this is I'm going to take some black silicone and I'm going to silicone down this rail down to about here, so that way if any water trickles down on this, it doesn't go into these gaps. You can see the gap is already pretty good just from not even a year of it shrinking up. And in the other video and the other pictures, I showed you that there was water already getting in the molding as well as dirt. These are kind of like tires. They only last for so long, and then you have to replace them. They do shrink up, and they also get hard, brittle, and then they crack.
Thank you so much for watching our episode of What's in the Shop. I hope you subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on our next episode.